Satellite remote sensing has been around for decades, and it relies on sensors that fly on satellites outside the atmosphere, and it records the energy that reflects off the Earth's surface. And depending upon how the reflections come back to the satellites, we can tell what's there, what condition it's in. And in the case of agriculture, we can oftentimes tell how healthy the vegetation is and how healthy the crops are. What we're trying to understand is whether we can use satellite remote sensing as a way to assess the wheres and whens of herbicide and pesticide applications in commercial agriculture throughout the state of Florida. So at the level of the state, it's been almost a decade since Florida has an idea of how much pesticides have been applied to commercially growing agriculture. It's very difficult to do on, if you will, sort of a farm-by-farm basis. And the idea was that maybe we could use satellite images as a way to do this efficiently and in a cost-effective manner and get at least a ballpark idea of how much pesticides we could expect are going to be needed for commercial growing. So what we've found is that there are many challenges associated with relating what satellites see with what's being used on the ground to grow crops. And part of the issue is to be able to accurately link what those satellite data look like with what growers actually have to use. We found that in many cases, the presence of IFAS research and education centers where crops are also grown provided us very detailed information that had been very helpful in helping us calibrate and build this system so that we can better estimate the amount of pesticides. We anticipate at least another year and a half or 2 years before we feel confident that we're providing useful information. At that point, we hope to be able to make it available to people who find that to be of use for either health or agriculture itself. So what we hope is that this approach will allow us to know where pesticides are being used, when they're being used, and that they're having the impact that we want them to have on agriculture in the state.